Howdy folks, so today we're looking at a minor blues and we're playing in the key of A minor. So the first thing we want to do is to be really sure what the chords are, because a lot of people get this confused. In the key of A minor, you'll find that a lot of guitarists often think that a minor blues in A minor would be this: A minor as the 1 chord, D minor as the 4 chord, and E minor as the 5 chord. But this is wrong. Okay, now this is wrong because although these chords, A minor, D minor and E minor, are diatonic to the key of A minor, that is, they're all built with notes from the key of A minor, what happens is when you play a blues, when you go to the 5 chord of E minor, it doesn't really want to do anything. It doesn't want to pull back to this chord very much, the A minor chord, and that's what we want. We want movement. So to create movement, we put in an E7 chord, because you'll hear that I could play it like that, which will pull back to that A minor chord. Now that has a note in, this note here, the A flat, which is not diatonic to the key of A minor, right? It's outside the key of A minor, but it doesn't matter because it creates this very strong pull. Now over this backing track, when we go to the 5 chord, we actually go a semitone above that and we do this. Okay, and then back to A minor. So we're actually going F7, E7, then back to A minor, and then it finishes on E7. All right, so that's really important. So the first 4 chords are A minor, then we go to D minor for 2 bars, then back to A minor, very standard. Then we go to F7 for a bar, E7 for a bar, A minor for a bar, and back to E7 for a bar. All right. Now this is important because when we're playing over the top of this, we want to be following the chords some of the time. And if we're following the chords, it's going to sound really cool. We don't have to do this all the time, but it's definitely a good thing to do. And that's what I did in the first cycle of the 12 bar that I played over. So we're going to go over that now. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking about position 4 here. And I'm just playing this. All right, now this is actually an A minor chord. So I'm just sliding into it from a semitone below. So I'm on 12, 13, 14. And I'm just going, maybe giving it a little bit of a shake, right? And then I'm staying in position 4 and doing something like that. Okay, so 14, playing around on fret 14 on the G, which is the A note, 13 on the B, and 15 on the B. Just giving it a little tiny tweak there. And then doing that again. Now when I come to the D chord, something else you can do over the D is you can just carry on playing A minor pentatonic, but you could play D minor pentatonic, all right? Or you could even play D Dorian, which is what I was doing there, so I'm going to explain that now. So over the D minor, I'm playing a D minor 7 chord. Now you might know a D minor 7 chord like that, all right? A lot of jazzers tend to omit the 5th there. They don't play the 5th, so we've just got the root there, and we've just got, but I'm muting that string. Now the Dorian scale that I'm following here, D Dorian, is the same as C major, right? That would be C major. But if I'm playing it over a D minor chord, right, observing the fact that it starts with a D, right, it doesn't start with a C over D Dorian, obviously. That's D Dorian now. So I'm playing a line just like that. Now you'll see that D Dorian fits exactly in with the D minor pentatonic scale. You can see it as another layer over the top of it, right? That's a really important thing to do. And it's important to do that with things like Dorian in a minor context, because Dorian is a minor mode. So that is how I'm seeing that. Right, so that was over the D. Then when it goes back to the A, I just go back to the something like that. It's quite simple. I'm keeping it quite simple over these first 12 bars. So when it goes to F7, I'm playing this. Right, now what I'm doing is outlining an F7 chord. Root, 3, flat 7. And then down a semitone, outlining the E7 chord, right? So I've totally forgotten A minor pentatonic now, totally forgotten D minor pentatonic. I'm thinking about the chords. Now I'm back to A minor, so now I'm thinking A minor pentatonic. And then I finish, I think, by following the E7 chord again. You could just go. I could play the E7 chord here. Yeah, but I'm outlining all the chords. So that's my thoughts over the first 12 bars of the solo. Now over the second 12 bar section, I'm thinking a little bit less about the chords and more about A minor pentatonic, right? So I'm just going down. Something like that, okay? So here I'm going. Okay, that's something I'll play quite a lot. So I'm bending up this 7th fret, doing my what's called a Chuck Berry lick. 5, so 7, 5, 5, and then pulling off from 8 to 5 on the B string, and then that blues note. So slowly the whole thing is. All pull off, downstroke, upstroke. All right. Now for the rest of it, if you want to find out about how the rest of it works, you'll have to go over to my Patreon page, because I go through all the rest of the solo over on the Patreon page. So you need to check that out over there. The link is below in the description. So the important thing over that first section is you don't want to do too much. You know, I didn't do anything fast over the first section on purpose. You don't want to come in all guns blazing. You want to be able to go somewhere, all right? And when we're going a bit slower, I perhaps like to think a little bit more melodically, and therefore I'm following the chords a bit more, you know, which is a mega important thing to do. And over the second section, it's a bit like, right, okay, right, to hell with following the chords. Let's just blast away an A minor a bit. Now I am still thinking of the chords. I'm still aware of them, but I'm not following them quite as much as I was in the first section. And then maybe I'll come back to that at a later point. You know, I'll come back to following the chords and think more melodic lines. You want to mix things up a bit. You don't want to keep things all the same. You know what it's like, you know, dynamics in music is really, really important. Okay, so have fun with that. Please remember to subscribe, like the page, hit the bell notification. All that sort of stuff really helps grow the channel. Thanks for watching.